Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, please do stick around, and if you have just clicked on this video by chance, this isn't the only content I do. I do lots on my channel, so do check it out and click that subscribe button. So I thought I'd talk to you today about the truth about pregnancy. I'm sure there's a lot that I don't know yet because I still have 3 months to go, but so far it's been a journey, and I feel like people don't tell you everything. So I would experience things and then be like, this is happening, and everyone's like, yeah, that's normal. I'm like, but you never told me when you were pregnant. It was just, oh, baby's heavy, this is hard. There's no details. So I'm here to give you the details. I am all autumnaled up, as you can see. I've got my nice yellow top. I've got my yellowy scarf, and I've even got, actually this is more winter than autumn, sorry. I've got a cup of tea, my Starbucks mug. I've had this for years, my dad got it for me, and it's got little snowflakes on it, but let's just pretend it's autumnal. It's kind of autumn winter, so it kind of works. But I'm drinking tea because I can't drink coffee at the moment because it makes me ill. Anyway, yeah, let's get straight to it. So first things first, pregnancy is hard. And I know people say that. That is something that everyone tells you, pregnancy is hard. And it is hard, but it's amazing. So I would say, yeah, pregnancy is painful, but it's amazing. But it is different for everyone. So I don't want this video to put anyone off. I actually had somebody tell me a few weeks back, about a month or so ago actually, a couple of months maybe. See, I'm losing track of time. I really wanted kids, but you've actually put me off. And I was like, no, don't let me put you off, because people are different, everyone's different. And I'm a very expressive person. So if I'm feeling pain, I will tell you, oh my goodness, I'm feeling pain right now. Whereas a lot of people would just be like, I'm feeling pain, but nothing I can do, just zip. That's not me. So please don't let this video put you off if you haven't had a child yet, because I haven't had a child yet. This is my first. And I know that there's a lot more to come that's going to be pretty bad, but also a lot of amazing things too. So yes, pregnancy is painful, but it's amazing. It's a wonderful thing to give life. So let's try and list some of the things. And I don't want to make this really negative, but I'm going to try and think of the things that you generally do get. But like I said, everyone's different. Some things I haven't even experienced that much. So headaches is one thing. You get headaches. But we can all handle headaches, right? One thing I found hard is the stretching pains. Like sometimes it literally feels like my skin is playing tug of war. And it's literally like, I just feel like I'm surprised I don't have stretch marks. I don't. I'm lucky. At the moment I haven't got any stretch marks, but the skin is constantly stretching and growing, and the pain is very real. But it's not unbearable. You only have to get like a hot water bottle or an ice pack. And before anyone says that's bad, I spoke to my midwife about hot water bottles, and basically she said the baby's safe in the amniotic fluid. She said nothing will, like, as long as your body temperature doesn't go up crazy, there's nothing wrong with using a hot water bottle on the pain. So I was using that a lot through my first trimester. I was really unwell through my first trimester, and I was literally feeling sick every single day. So I would carry around ginger nuts, and I'd drink a lot of lemonade. That was my thing, ginger nuts and lemonade. But yeah, I would rely on my hot water bottle quite a lot when I was in pain. And it was fine. I think the thing to remember is the heat in your body. It's like, I'm not like, it comes from your feet. Like if your feet are stupidly hot, your whole body temperature is going to go hot. If your feet are cool, your body will cool. So just don't put the hot water bottle at your feet. So what I've been experiencing recently is sore and tender areas, and and I have read about it, and it is literally my body preparing for labour, which surprised me because I was getting these pains when I was coming into 6 months, 5-6 months. So I was like, well, I've got 4 months left. My body doesn't need to get ready for labour yet, but the body knows what it's doing. So you do get sore, tender areas, which isn't nice, but again, I've been told you could put like a heat pack there. I haven't, to be honest, because it's not unbearable. But yeah, that is just something else that you get. Varicose veins, that's another thing. I've started noticing some varicose veins, which when I saw, I was like, whoa. But again, it's all to do with like the blood flow and everything, so just go with it. And that's another thing, I was really shocked at how this area changed. Just colours, sizes, I'm not going to go into detail because I'm not that detailed of a person. I don't go into privacy, intimate bits, but your body will change, and I don't think, like, I never knew that. I never knew that certain areas were going to change size and colour, and it is amazing what the body does. It really is. But like I said, you just don't know this unless somebody tells you. So other common things are like acid reflux. I haven't really had acid reflux. I think I've had it like 2 or 3 times, really mild, like when I thought I was having acid reflux, but I was still able to sleep. Like normally when I get it, I'm pacing and drinking milk and cold water and whatever I can do. But I haven't had that, so I'm quite grateful for that. But like I said, I've got 3 months, just under 3 months, just over 3 months left, and anything could happen. Sciatica, my back has been really painful, particularly like my lower left back and butt cheek. Honestly, if I could cut my left butt cheek off, I'd be happy. Because it is uncomfortable, and it's uncomfortable like when you get up, or when you go up the stairs, or when you sit down, or when you change position. It's uncomfortable when you sleep, when you're flat on your back. I find that's the most comfortable sleeping position in my pregnancy, but because of the sciatica, that's become really hard. So I have to try and put like a cushion under there, or I just have to grin and bear it and sleep on my side. Another thing is, people say you should sleep on your left side, but I have been told left, right, it doesn't matter. Do what's comfortable for you, because it's going to be a very uncomfortable 9 months. So I touched on stretch marks earlier. I haven't had any stretch marks. I'm really pleased with that, but who knows, it could still happen. But I use bio oil for that every day, so that's one thing that you can do. There are lots of different stretch mark creams out there. I do have like a tummy stretch mark butter, which I sometimes use. That's probably more on the go, like I can put that in the bag, and if I'm feeling pains or whatever, I can apply that. But I normally just use the bio oil in the evening and in the morning. And my midwife said to me yesterday, oh, no stretch marks, that was nice. So I guess I'm one of the lucky ones that hasn't had stretch marks, but I don't know, hopefully I don't get any. So another thing I thought I would really struggle with is the painkillers. I have always had a bit of a bad gut, and I've always struggled with feeling unwell, and I've kind of relied on ibuprofen. Now I found out that when you're pregnant you can't use ibuprofen, you can only take paracetamol, and I was like, I don't like paracetamol. Paracetamol's very chalky, so I wasn't looking forward to that. But honestly, I think I've used painkillers once in my whole pregnancy. I can't even remember what it was for, but I can't remember. I think it was my back pain. But literally, I was really worried that, oh no, I'm not going to be able to take painkillers. How am I going to cope with the pain? And I have a really low tolerance for pain, so I honestly didn't think I was going to cope. But I have managed, and it's really not as bad as it sounds. Like, before you get pregnant, you think, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't eat this. But it's really not as bad as it sounds. I've managed without mayonnaise for the last 6 months or so, and it's fine. I just look forward to the time when I can have it again. But I've managed without the painkillers, and yeah. So don't let anything like that really put you off, because your body knows what it's doing, and we are made to handle this. Us girls, I mean, women do it all the time. If it was that bad, would they really do it over and over again? So one thing I found quite hard throughout the pregnancy is holding the weight. As I've gotten bigger, I've gotten heavier. Sometimes it feels like there's like a big stone or a brick in my stomach. And when I move, it's just moving and banging and it's sore. That's the only way I can explain it. But I have found as I've gotten heavier, it is uncomfortable sometimes. But a lot of the time it's just the baby is sitting on an uncomfortable spot, like he's on my pelvis or my bladder. And I'll often wake up and feel where he is. And if it's painful, I just prod him and he moves. But yeah, holding the weight is kind of... I mean, it's not so bad. Like, you can get pregnancy belts. This is what I want to talk to you about, basically, is pregnancy belts. I got a pregnancy belt because I was really struggling with the weight, carrying it. I got quite big quite quickly, and I was kind of trying to deal with having all this extra weight, and I literally got to the point where I couldn't walk very often. Like, I couldn't walk for long. As long as I was lying down, I was fine. And of course, you're not going to spend 9 months in bed. So, pregnancy belts. I would say get one if you feel like you need one. The one that I got was from Amazon. I will link it below. It has helped in the sense of you do suddenly feel a bit of relief. You don't feel so much pressure on yourself, but it's not like someone's just picked up your belly. It's not like, oh my goodness, I can run around free, but it does sort of support you in the areas that you need support, and you do notice it. Like I just went to a festival last month and I wore the pregnancy belt one day because I was really struggling, and I did notice a lot of difference. So I would say get one if you feel you need one. They don't work for everybody, but I have found that it's not been a bad investment. It's not been a complete waste of money. So I will link below the one that I have, and yeah, it's quite an odd looking contraption, but yeah, I definitely think if there's something out there that can help, try it, especially if you're a first time mum, or even if you're not a first time mum, because like I said, every pregnancy is different, so you might find that the second one or third one is harder and you need to find something new to cope. So yeah, I will link that below. Sleeping. I touched on it earlier. It's not the most comfortable thing to do at the moment. But I got myself a pregnancy pillow, which you can see in my pregnancy pillow. And the only thing I found hard about using this was the heat, because obviously the majority of my pregnancy has been in summer and it was way too hot to be cuddling up to a pillow. But I was originally using just like a little pillow, like a little cushion I've got under my belly to prop up whenever I felt like I was like flopping and heavy and uncomfortable. But as the baby got bigger, that just was a bit more inconvenient. Like, it just felt like I was pushing too much and it was just as much strain as not having it. So I do recommend a pregnancy pillow because they're just the right size. They're just the right tog, mush, whatever you want to say. And I have found they just do what they're meant to do. And you just think, how? It's just a straight pillow. But it does. It really helps. And I've had the best sleep. The last sort of week or so, I've just slept through the night, no problems. And so I definitely recommend that. And again, I will link below. If I can't find the one that I've got, I will link one that's similar. But again, I think I got this one off Amazon. I think it was like £10 or £15, so I will link it below as well. And finally, I just want to touch on the good bits. Like I said, pregnancy isn't all bad. It's hard, but it's so rewarding. Every time I feel something uncomfortable, sometimes I just go, you know what? I need to cry it out. I know this is going to be happening to me. I know there's nothing that I can do about it, but I just need to have a cry. And I literally cry for 5 minutes and I'm done. Sometimes I just need that release. But, which is actually before I finish, I don't want to forget this because I think I did forget it in a previous video. Hormones. Oh my goodness. I have been so hormonal. I have been crying all the time for no reason. I've been playing back memories and things that upset me in the past. I have just almost lost the way to cope with my emotions. And I just cry a lot. But it is normal. I was speaking to a nurse a couple of days ago and she said it's really normal. You'll just cry and cry. She said so much is happening to your body. You are doing really well. Your body is tackling all these different things, growing a human. your organs are being pushed around. You know, it is normal to be hormonal. And yeah, I have noticed that I'm crying a lot. I'm like a little crybaby. But yeah, such is life when you're pregnant. But yeah, so let's talk about something good. Kicks. When the baby gets big enough to kick, I think some people feel it from 16 weeks. For me, it was between 18 and 19 weeks. It's just amazing. And it's just like a big bubble that pops. And at first, it was like anytime you could feel that kick, it was just amazing. And you just wanted to feel it again. Now, he doesn't stop kicking me. He's one little karate chop kid. And I tell you what, he is one very active boy. I get kicked all day long. Sometimes it's really hard, like my whole belly wobbles or my whole body jolts. But it is amazing because I know there's a little baby in there. There's a little baby in there, a human, who is finding comfortableness. Is that even a word? Who's finding comfort and a place of safety in you, in my body. He's curling up and getting comfortable. That to me is just, that is amazing. And when I remind myself that there's a little human that is growing inside me, that's a part of me and a part of my husband, I just, it is amazing, seriously. And those are the bits that make it worth it. It doesn't matter how ill I get. It doesn't matter how much stretch pains I get. It doesn't matter how uncomfortable I get. I would do this 10 times over because it's such an amazing thing you're doing. And for those of you thinking, but you haven't done labour yet. I know, I haven't done labour yet. And I'm sure that when I've done that bit, I'll be like 10 times over, not doing it again. But actually, I just think, like I said, people do it over and over again. They say how painful it is, but they still go on to have more and more kids. I would like to think that I would at least have 2 because I want my child to have a sibling. But yeah, do you know what? Who cares about the pain? If you're worried about the pain, you're not going to experience life. If you're worried about getting travel sick, you're not going to experience the world. You know, I think, do it. There's ways to cope. There's things that you can do to help, to relieve things, to fix. Like, I just think you will be cooped up and you will do not a lot with yourself if you worry about, but I don't like doing this, but I feel ill when I do this, but I don't do pain very well, but I don't do pain very well. But I've actually done okay for myself. There are a lot of people out there that have a lot worse pregnancies and they're bedbound or they're in crutches, and I'm doing all right. And I'm not like a big pain like person. Like, seriously, don't miss out on such a beautiful thing because you're scared it's going to hurt, because it will hurt. But even if you don't have a baby, something's going to hurt. You're going to fall over and you're going to hurt yourself. Your tooth's going to ache. You know, this is life. We live in a world of pain, unfortunately, but there are so many nice rewards. So please, please, please don't let this video with all the negatives put you off having a baby, because I don't, you know what, whatever I've been through the last 6 months or so, worth it, so worth it. And I'm so excited to meet my little boy. Anyway, I'm sure I could probably do an updated version of this later once I've done the labour and everything, but I don't know if I will because I don't want to put people off. But yeah, like I said, pregnancy is painful, but it's amazing. So yeah, it's kicking right now. Got myself a little footballer. Okay guys, so I do hope that you enjoyed this video. Sorry if it was boring. I did try and cut it down as quickly as I could. Once I get talking, I just can't seem to stop. But I do hope that you are enjoying Vlogtober so far. And like I said, give this video a big old thumbs up. Tell your friends. Let me know if I didn't mention anything. Let me know if you've had anything that I did mention, how you've coped with it, because this is all about helping others. If you know a way that is going to help you to get through something, it's really important to share it so that we can all benefit. So thanks guys for watching this video. I think I said that before. Yeah. I hope to see you again soon. Well, I will see you again soon. I'll see you tomorrow. And yeah, have a good one.